good morning, good morning. My name is LouAnn and welcome to my kitchen. That coffee is a brewing and there is some sweet iced tea in that ice box, freshly made for you. You can sweeten it like you like. There's honey, there's sugar, there's even molasses. So anyway, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are in my sort of makeshift pantry, as you can tell behind me. In this cookbook that I showed you, there is a deal, things to have on hand for your pantry. So I thought I'd do a couple of videos. It will probably be 2 videos, maybe 3, things that we need to have on hand to be put in our pantry. So, and if you could think of anything else that you need to put in your pantry, you can always join in. I really don't have a hashtag. Pantry staples, maybe that might be a good idea. Pantry staples, things that I have left out. So because I'm going to go by that list, I will try to show you a picture of it somewhere in this video. So let's turn the camera around and let me show you what this list says, things that to keep on hand in your pantry or fridge or your spices or whatever. So let me turn the camera around and let me show you. Okay, this is according to that list. I've added one thing on here. So according to this list, we need to keep on hand baking powder, which is for sure you need to have baking powder on hand, because you got to bake that bread, and a lot of the bread has baking powder in it. Some of it does. Anything that you make, baking wise, sometimes it has baking powder in it. Along with that, you need baking soda, and I always keep baking soda on hand. I try to buy in bulk. I need to probably put this in a jar, so bugs and stuff won't get it in it. But the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch did make a air freshener type thing using baking soda. I'll try to leave that link below for that video for her cleaning hack, and you can also use baking soda. There's different cleaning hacks that you can use, and I always keep it on hand because you have to have baking soda and give to your goats as well, just a FYI to keep them from having bloat. The next item is bouillon cubes that is on the list. I do have beef and chicken. I got the beef out, but I've added like your chicken bouillon. This is just granules, but you can make some other shelf-stable mixes using this. I wouldn't recommend buying the cubes and grinding them up. I wouldn't recommend that because it gets everywhere. But I would recommend getting the granules like this. There is beef as well. I've only got chicken right now. And the next thing is, it says to have sugar on hand. I do have brown and white sugar. I always keep it on hand. And I would say honey would be another good option to keep on hand. That's further down the list. Always have canned soups, which we do have canned soups. I do buy the store-bought, and I do have my homemade canned soups as well, which I'm kind of out of a little bit of it right now. And always have a canned tuna, because tuna would be a good protein source if you was in a pinch. And you can always make tuna salad or add eggs to this and make it extra protein rich. So let me go get the few other things that would be excellent to keep on hand. So let me be right back. So now a few more items on the list is chicken broth, which I do have chicken and beef broth. I have ones that I home can and also one store-bought. The next one is cornmeal. You always need cornmeal. You got to make you some cornbread, which there is a couple of cornbread, 2 cornbread, 2 cornbread recipes in my 1896 Recipe Book. 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 2 cornbread recipes in my 1896 R booklet that I have that we're going to try and see how we like them. And of course, cornstarch. Cornstarch can be used in several different ways. It could be used as a thickener for your gravies, and a lot of other different ways. I don't know if there's a recipe on the back. Yep, there is a recipe on the back. See, you can make gravy using cornstarch and broth. Broth, cornstarch, salt, and then pepper, and you have your gravy. Um, and the other thing on here is cream of tartar, which I do have. Well, I'm out of right now. And along with the cornmeal, you need your different flours. Your white flour, your all-purpose flour, your self-rising flour, your whole wheat flour. Um, and I have noticed in the 1896 they used a variety of flour. It wasn't just cornmeal and white flour, it was several different flours. So that is it for today. So I think I'm going to add this hashtag pantry staple, what you think would be you always have to have on hand in your pantry somewhere. I know my pantry is not as organized as I would like it, and like others, but these are just a few things, things to have on hand that was in this book, little booklet, country cooking. Things are always you need to have on hand, and then there are some things you always keep in the fridge. Spices. I didn't know you put Worcester sauce and soy sauce in your fridge. Something new. But be sure if you join in this collab hashtag pantry staple, which will end the end of the year, and I will try to make a playlist for this as well. I think this would be a great collab. If you want to join in, be sure to tag LouAnn's Kitchen. Um, and please also do the hashtag pantry staple, because we need to figure out what we need in our pantry. What I always have in my pantry is not always what you have in your pantry, because I know there are several things that we eat that you probably wouldn't. But it's just an ideas that was in that book that stemmed from that. So some of these things everybody needs to have in their pantry, like your baking soda and your baking powder, of course your salt, your cornstarch, and some kind of broth. So that is it for today. So see y'all later, and have a very blessed day, and keep making those strings from scratch. And if you don't know how, or keep learning. So God bless.